I'm going to share with you a hint, a trick, a secret on how to deal with famous people. Now, of course, I'm not the kind of person who goes around rubbing shoulders with famous people all the time, but yes, I have met my fair share of famous and very, very wealthy people. Not that that's the point of life, like, oh my gosh, he's gonna impress everybody now with all the people he's rubbed shoulders with. No, it's not about that. As a matter of fact, it's the opposite of that I'd like to impart to you, my wonderful little licorice sticks. The president of Sierra Leone came to visit Mercy ships, and he was on board and the ship, and he did a speech, a quick talk to everybody. There were guards everywhere, lots of guns, lots of guns, wow. And also reporters as well, which the reporters in Africa are just ruthless. You think that reporters, sorry, I thought I had to move over. There's a lot of traffic on the side here. Nope, don't have to move over. Anyway, the president of Sierra Leone, wow, but all these reporters were just brutal cutthroats trying to, elbow their way in, trying to get pictures. And they just acted just so weird about this guy, like they were worshiping him. Now, as you know, I respect everybody, and I love everybody equally. I really do. I do. Doesn't necessarily mean I agree with everybody, but I respect everybody. And I would give my life for even a person who I disagree with. I would. That's just the point of my life, is to do that. The point of my life is not to further my career or to get more money in my checking account. Is that nice? Sure, it feels nice, but I could care less if I have a zero balance in my bank account. Really? Well, some people don't act like that. Let me give you an example. There I was bartending in Montana, in St. Mary. The owners of this resort, their names were John and Johnny. Not kidding, those were their names. They were some very well-to-do people. Very well-to-do. Like, we're talking, John had a Bentley. And if you don't know how much that car costs, go and Google a Bentley. And yeah, pricey vehicle. And he would park it out there so that everybody could see it, which was quite comical. But regardless, I would be a bartender, so I could really kind of observe these conversations that people had with these owners. And it was so embarrassing because I knew these people and I knew the owners as well. And the people who'd converse with John and Johnny just became completely transformed. And boy, you know, my stepdaughter lives in New York, and if only I had enough money for a plane ticket, I could go there and I could see her for her 10th birthday. Boy, what a great surprise that would be. Things like that. And it was just so embarrassing. You're just like, you're treating this man like a piggy bank. Treat him like a real person. And so not to say that I have everything figured out, but I'm very comfortable with everybody. And I treat them the same as I would treat the housekeeper or the waiter. Which I don't know why people treat some waiters and waitresses like dirt. It drives me crazy. It's like, come on, respect these guys, all right? But anyway, so I would just talk with these people, the owners, and I could joke with them. I would give them a bad time sometimes because I knew them fairly well. And they joked back to me and gave me a bad time and were very warm towards me, and I was respectful towards them. I would honor their wishes. If they asked me to do something, I would. I'd work hard. Basically, I'd treat them like a real person. And so why these people did that, but you see it not only in people who are well-to-do, but also famous people. For example, when I was filming at Paramount Studios in Hollywood, I was doing my mime there, and basically this director out of the blue called me and said, "Hey, I saw your stuff on YouTube. Do you want to come down and film at Paramount Studios?" A big deal. That's like the cream of the crop place to film. And so I was like, sure, why not? That's cool. I get this all the time. That was really exciting. So I went down there and I met this director guy, and very good at what he does, and very skilled and talented. He had good connections, and every time someone came up to him, they were tooting their own horn. It drove me nuts, and I can't imagine how crazy it drove this other guy. And they'd come up and be like, "Oh, well, hear these birds up in the trees over there? Oh, wow, that's gonna pick up on the audio for sure." And speaking of audio, my voice teacher last week said that I nail the Scottish accent. Yeah, I'm pretty good with accents. So embarrassing. It's like, treat this man like a real man, because he is. He puts on his pants every morning. Yes, you can respect him without trying to sink your greasy little fingers into him and get ahead and pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. And I think that's why I get along well with rich people, with famous people, or poor people and not very well-known people. I just like to get along with people because I am not trying to get ahead. I have other priorities in life, mainly things beyond this life. Wow. So, lastly, I'd like to give you the example of Don Stevens. He's the president of Mercy Ships. Now, he's not a very well-to-do man, and if you got in good with him, it's not like he is going to promote you within a volunteer-based organization. So why would you act differently around this guy? Because he's the president of a massive organization, and people did act differently around him. Not everybody, but a lot of people did. And I would be interviewing him, and then someone else would sit down and talk with him, and I would just kind of look around the camera at this person who I know very well talking with Don Stevens, and they're a completely different person. And it's okay to be a little nervous, okay, fine, whatever, but to be a completely different person, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Just treat him like your dad, like respectfully, but it's okay to talk with them, to chat with them. So take that with you, and whatever you do, don't try to focus on your own career or your pocketbook or your checking account. If you meet someone who's the president of your organization, be respectful, but treat them like a real person. So that's it.